big with an unbreakable that was a plastic cover, but it scratches.
Yeah.
And there are, many people working on, what is the solution to get a bendable or foldable cover material. And, it's not clear what the solution will be. Corning and other glass makers are working on thin glass solutions that can be, if you can make glass at 100 microns or 50 microns, you can bend it around a pretty tight radius. 100 micron glass, you can certainly bend around a 5 millimeter radius, maybe tighter, and you can go to 50, and the radius that you can bend it is proportional to the thickness. So as you go to thinner glass, you can bend it, more around a tighter and tighter radius. How you would exactly do that, you wouldn't chem strengthen such glass because chem strengthening would effectively make it not bendable, or let's say with bendable, with much more difficulty. And there's other problems in terms of the layer of chem strengthening and so on, so that wouldn't be viable. But glass, even in its inherent form, is pretty good for scratches. And in the designs for bendable, foldable that people have been talking about, you worry less about breakage on the device because the glass is not exposed typically.
Okay. So what do you think is doable today as far as bendable or rollable goes for glass? I've heard that some players were working on a 5 millimeter bending radius foldable displays.
Yeah.
Is that or I think even down to 3? Is that just a curiosity, or is it really ready for mass production and really doable, or is it just a demonstration level?
I would say the track record would suggest it's not mass producible today. Mm-hmm. And here I'm going to be very careful to stick to what we know from public documents, because I probably have some other information. But Corning, with some fanfare, launched a product called Willow Glass in 2012.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, and they've shown demonstrations of these big glass spools and things, but it's never been sold commercially. And Corning has not commented on the reasons why it's never been sold commercially, but they've never gotten any volume of sales out of it.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. So is there any level you can comment on what is doable today in terms of mass producible?
I honestly think that the problem areas are, let's say, not so much, let's say, making thin glass that can be bent, but processing the glass and sort of putting it into a device that is workable.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not certain, but I think, frankly, that's the area. It may also be the case that the characteristics of the glass, without chem strengthening, are maybe not attractive enough. Maybe it scratches too easily in its raw form. In which case the solution might be a composition change, which is tricky, and you change the composition of the glass, and then you need to work through how you can process it in your existing infrastructure, or whether you need to create. If they need to create new infrastructure, that's almost a death knell to the idea.
Yeah, but that means that you don't believe that any kind of a plastic substrate would really provide any benefit, because